What is time? Remember the quotation marks means time. What is time? Is it this? Is it this? It is simply the Earth spinning and revolving around the sun. Time is relative. But what does that mean? You see, we Earthlings, we measure our lives in days and months and years and minutes, but they only mean what they mean to us on Earth because we're here on Earth. But an Earth month is only a fraction of one day on Venus, a day which is even longer than the planet's year, and it's pretty wild. And so we have these scientific and mathematical definitions that really just don't mean a thing. They rely presumably on the default concepts of time and space. That time travels in a straight line through past to present, future. Just one. But these defaults, they cannot explain phenomena in our universe. Excuse me. Unfortunately, we must turn to the theoretical. Stay with me here for a minute. Just stay with me. And instead of time being comprised of the past, the present, and the future, what if there was only the present? Take me, for example. I am born. I complete high school at age 9. Attain my PhD 7 years later. Got my PhD 7 years after that. I'm doing this interview, and then I'm gonna continue living my life, enlightening people. I will still live my life and use proper verb tenses. But what if there were some things to enrich my sense of my sense of consciousness? Now, that would allow me to be detached from this samsara of perception, like in Norman Spinrad's award-winning story, The Weed of Time. It is possible that all of these events, which we perceive in this one set order, in actuality, all occur at once, in one instant. Like that. Just like that. From the perspective of, say, God. Have you ever experienced deja vu? Humor me. You could say I already explained it. You see, with all of time occurring at once, of course you've been here before, or there before. It's all now. It's all now. If that doesn't please you, though, here's another explanation. What laws of physics say that time has to move in one direction? There aren't any. So let's examine time not as a line, but as a circle. Instead of time working in the one direction we all are familiar with it working. Now, I don't particularly admire the causal loop too much, but it is seductive in a way, especially to solve your deja vu problem. Take Robert Heinlein's All You Zombies, for example. Why does the unmarried mother make his bed? Maybe he's really down on his luck, or maybe he's so comfortable in that bar with the bartender because he's been there before. Because the bartender is also him. And the bartender's been there before as well. Just as the unmarried mother.
Okay, I think we got everything on this.
How is it possible? Time travel, indeed. The bartender is a time traveler. How is this possible? Have you read And He Built a Crooked House?
No.
Read it. An architect builds this house in the shape of an unfolded tesseract. Do you know what a tesseract is?
No.
Can I have some paper and a pen? Anyone? Or something? So this is very rough. It's a cube within a cube, surrounded by other cubes, made up of other cubes. But unfolded is the only way it can be accurately portrayed in the third dimension. Okay. So here, this is it unfolded. There's an earthquake, and the Tesseract house folds in on itself. The house opens its doors to different areas entirely from where it's built, like the open ocean, and this hyper-transportation through space is time travel. Allow me to illustrate. Do you have any more paper? Do you have any more? Okay, so here, this represents the first dimension. Just one axis. We have the second dimension here, X and Y. And now we can slide third dimension in here, side to side, up and down. We have depth. Depth is created in the third dimension. Then you bring those together, you get more depth in the fourth dimension, and so on and so forth, until to answer the questions. It's pretty wild.